Hey folks, good evening. Welcome back to the farm and welcome back to the kitchen. As promised, we're going to make that next pie. And this pie is going to be based on a vanilla cream pie, but it's a variation. If you know how to make vanilla cream pie, you can go a lot of different ways with that. So stick around and we'll explore that. So the filling for vanilla cream pie is like a vehicle that can take you a bunch of different places. You can take that basic recipe and modify it just in little minute amounts and come up with a completely different pie. You can make a coconut cream pie, you can make a chocolate cream pie, you can make a banana cream pie, and so on and so on. Just by adding a couple ingredients at the end, or increasing the amount of one item or another. So tonight we're going to make a coconut cream pie, which is one of the easiest because all you do is make the vanilla cream pie recipe and dump coconut in it at the last minute before you put it in the pie shell. It can't get any easier than that. So we're going to get started. We have our standard baked shell, and you could remember how we did that in the last video. It's just, remember, poke it full of holes and then 10 minutes at 450 degrees. So our ingredients that we've got started going here, in this big sauce pot, we put in 2/3 of a cup of sugar. And the recipe calls for 3 tablespoons of cornstarch. But if you remember also from the last recipe, I don't use the cornstarch, I use flour. So we double that to 6 tablespoons of flour. And we've also added a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Now in this vessel over here for our wet ingredients, we've added 3 cups of milk, 3 egg yolks, and we've also have 1 tablespoon of butter in there. For this recipe, I'm going to put the butter right in the mix. So at the end, we will add 1 tablespoon of vanilla, and we're using Kelly's homemade vanilla. If you're interested in making your own vanilla, we have a video on that as well. So with just that recipe right there, you'd have a vanilla cream pie when you're done. If you want to make a coconut cream pie, you add 3/4 of a cup of sweetened coconut right at the end when you add the vanilla, right before you pour it into your pie shell, and that makes a coconut cream pie. So we're going to put the wet in the dry ingredients, and we're going to put some fire underneath this thing and get it going. Now we've got all of our wet ingredients into our dry ingredients, and technically we didn't even have to dirty that other bowl. We could have just put everything right in the saucepan. And remember the other recipe, I told you that you no longer have to temper your egg yolks, because usually if you've made pies before, you probably know you whip up or beat your egg yolks up, and then you use the hot mixture a little bit at a time to temper the egg yolk so you don't make scrambled eggs. Well, you don't have to do that. Put all your ingredients in the pan, put the fire on it, keep it stirred, and you don't have to do any of that nonsense, and it's so much easier. Get you a good whisk, covers the bottom really well. Also, you used to have one that had like a cone spring on the end that worked really well with a flat bottom. We used to make gravy with that. But just get something that scrapes that bottom pretty well. And we've got it on medium heat. And when this mixture boils, again, it will be as thick as it's going to get. I know I say that a lot, but when you're making a thickened liquid, that's when you know it's as thick as it's going to get when it comes to a boil. Now, if you continue to boil it and cook more moisture out, of course it will get thicker, but for the most part, once it boils for a little bit, you're pretty much ready to go. So we'll come back when this is getting thicker. Alright, our mixture is starting to get thick, and as that heated, the butter melted right into the mixture. So we're going to wait for this to come to a simmer, and as soon as it comes to a simmer, I'm going to turn this down to low so we don't overshoot what we're looking for. We're boiling, so let's go down to low on the heat, and let's boil this for a little bit. Usually about a minute or so. Got a nice smooth filling. We've got our spatula over there ready to go. Now if you don't have one of these fancy little wire whisks, if you have a heat-proof spatula, you can use that because the square edge of the spatula will allow you to scrape the bottom really well, cover the whole bottom, and even the sides really well. So I'm going to dump in our coconut now, 3/4 of a cup, and we're going to incorporate that into the mixture. Remember, for vanilla cream pie, you would not need coconut, just the vanilla. Making sure all that coconut's broke up and mixed in. So once that coconut is incorporated pretty well and you're still at a nice little simmer, looks pretty good. We're going to add our 1 tablespoon of vanilla, and we'll incorporate that into the whole mixture. That smells good. That homemade vanilla is amazing. Alright, I would say that's incorporated enough. Let's turn the fire off. Now dumping this into that pie shell is going to take 2 hands, so we'll be back once I get this poured in there. There is your coconut cream pie. Couldn't get any easier. So super simple and so delicious. And I got my midnight snack tonight. Gonna be a happy man. But it doesn't get any easier than that, folks, and it's such a good pie. If you love coconut cream pie, don't be afraid to make it. It's super easy. So that's the second installment of our pie journey. We still have a chocolate cream pie I want to do, and we'll do a banana cream pie as well to show you just how simple all that is. So tonight we covered the vanilla cream, which you could make, and the coconut cream. So hope you got something out of this video. That's our whole goal, is to help people out and teach you how to do stuff the old way. It's so much better. You know what goes into this stuff. You don't have all the crazy additives, the preservatives, and all that nasty stuff. You know exactly what goes into these pies. And it's usually good, wholesome stuff, you know, other than a little bit of sugar. But, oh well. So until next time, folks, stay safe, stay healthy. We love you guys. We'll put a couple videos up here for you. Like, subscribe, and share for the almighty algorithm. Why do we have to have an algorithm? Why can't we just post videos and everybody sees them? Unfortunately, folks, it don't work that way. So, till next time, bye.